They are absolutely spoiled rotten. They're rotten. There's no other way to describe these students. They are our sweet, sweet babies, and yet they are these privileged students who don't feel they need an education, and so they won't do your homework and they're continuously interrupting your class. How do you handle students who are privileged, who feel like they don't need what you're offering them? Well, we're going to talk about it. I'm the one that shares with Too Cute Classrooms, and this is my space for fellow teachers, homeschool moms, and homeschool dads. And we're talking today about those students who sort of make life a little rough for you. I recently did a workshop where I was a guest speaker, and we talked about motivated underachievers. And so the question came up, how do you motivate those students who seem to just not care? Because most of the time we're talking about underachievers, we're talking about students who come from not so savory backgrounds, or who are from low income homes, or situations that aren't quite the best. But these students are not those students. These students have everything they need to be quality students. They can get a good education, yet they don't want it, and they are continuously doing things to stop your other students from learning. Do you have some of these babies in your room? Have you ever had any of these babies in your room? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about one of the first things that we're going to do. First, you're going to have to figure out what they are interested in. You're going to have to find a way to motivate them. And I call this, as my Junior B. Jones says, sneaky peeky spying. You're going to actually have to do some legwork, some research. You're going to have to go spy, not really spy, but investigate your students. You can do this through interest inventories that you've done the first of school, or just sort of listening. You know, teachers, as teachers, we are good detectives when we want to be. We can have a way of finding out a few things. Or you may have a few other students that don't mind telling you what these students enjoy doing. You're going to have to find out what's the trigger for them, what you can do to get them interested in your class. You start out by finding what they are interested in. Once you know what they're interested in, then you know which way to approach them. The second thing you're going to need to do is out what they like. You're going to have to incorporate this some kind of way into your class. So if they like monster trucks, you're going to have to find a way to incorporate monster trucks into your classroom curriculum. And you're saying, oh my gosh, but I teach English. Have books or have texts related to monster trucks. Oh my goodness, I teach science. What's the science behind those monster trucks? I teach social studies, history. What's the history of monster trucks? I teach math. If you have 10 monster trucks and 3/8 of them get crushed in the whatever it is that they have in the little event, then you're gonna have to find a way to motivate these students. You're gonna have to find a way to get them interested. So you're gonna have to pique their interest. If they're into sci-fi movies, you're gonna have to figure out a way to get sci-fi incorporated into your classroom. And this is called pop culture. What kind of music do they listen to? Not saying you're gonna sell yourself in your classroom completely out just to get your privileged students, but you're gonna have to do something to get them where they want to learn. The third thing that you can do to motivate next, you're going to have to be able to tell these students what immediate impact this is going to have on them. These are not the type of students where you can tell them you're going to regret this in 5 years, or you're going to be sorry in about 3 or 4 months. No, they have to know what the immediate impact upon them is. Why is this important to them? Why do they need an education? Why their money is not going to help them if they don't put something upstairs. So make sure when you're talking to your privileged students that you are letting them know that this is going to have an immediate impact upon you. It's going to have an immediate impact upon your grades. It's going to have an immediate impact upon your life and your future. And last but not least, you need to get your students' parents involved. Never, ever underestimate the power of parental involvement in your students' lives. It doesn't matter how old they are. I'm over 30, and I promise you, my mother can get me to do a few things that some other people cannot. So I know that if you could get your parents involved in the educational process with you and explain to them what is going on, then you're going to get a lot more help than you would if you did not get them involved. Have you tried contacting your parents? Have you sent letters home? Have you done sent them some emails? Let me know in the comments below. Again, this is the Wonder Shields with 2 Cute Classrooms, talking about how we can motivate our underachieving, well-to-do, spoiled, and privileged students. I'll see you guys in the next video.